Shalom and welcome to the Middle East in less than 5 minutes podcast. My name is Igal and I'm your host. After a short break of a couple of weeks, the podcast is back and I hope you missed it. Today's topic is a ceasefire offer and Eurovision. Last Sunday, the news outlets around the world were thrilled to announce that Hamas agreed to a ceasefire and they were waiting for Israel to accept it. After Hamas agreed to the mediator's proposal for a ceasefire, the ball is now in the court of Israeli occupation whether it will agree to the ceasefire agreement or obstruct it, a senior Hamas official told AFP soon after the office of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh announced its acceptance. It is worth to mention, yet again, that Israel completely withdrew from Gaza Strip in 2005 and there is no Israeli occupation in Gaza. But after receiving the Hamas response, Israeli officials said the terms Hamas claimed to have accepted did not match those that Israel had approved. Israel officials, quoted by Channel 12, said Israel's negotiating team could tell that this is not the same proposal for a deal that Israel and Egypt had agreed upon 10 days ago and that served the basis of the indirect negotiations since then. All kinds of clauses have been inserted, the TV report said. An Israeli official told Reuters that the Hamas announcement appears to be a ruse intended to make Israel look like the side refusing a deal, following days of the US saying the ball was in the Hamas court. The deal was for Israel to completely withdraw from Gaza in exchange for 33 hostages, dead or alive, leaving 100 hostages in Hamas captivity. The deal would also see Israel releasing 30 women and children per every released hostage. The use of the language by Hamas is a manipulation of the facts, as those held in Israeli detention are not merely women and children, but convicted of terrorism. The media, of course, didn't bother to mention that Hamas changed the agreement to something they knew Israel would never agree and kept portraying Israel as a villain. The Washington Post article was titled "Hamas Accept Gaza Ceasefire. Israel Says It Continued Talks but Presses On With Rafah Attack." BBC article "Israel Gaza. Hamas Says It Accepts Ceasefire Proposal." Euronews article "Israel Strikes Target in Rafah Despite Hamas Accepting Ceasefire Proposal." So instead of being an actual acceptance of the ceasefire deal by Hamas, it was a psychological exercise to paint Israel as a bad side. And it looks like it succeeded yet again. Meanwhile, in Sweden, Israeli singer Golan got to the finals of the Eurovision, despite the pro-Hamas mobs taking to the streets and crushing everything on their way, and despite the amount of hate spread online around the Israeli participation in the Eurovision. As Eden said, answering a question whether she doesn't think your presence makes it dangerous for other participants, we are all here to celebrate freedom and unity, and we are all safe. The difference between Israel and Hamas is in deeds and in the words. While Hamas is targeting everyone, Israel is making every effort to reduce the number of civilian casualties. While Hamas are saying that they will repeat October 7 hundreds and thousands of times, Israelis are saying, we will dance again. Open your eyes, stop falling for the Iranian Qatari propaganda and the lies that Hamas are saying. Thank you for listening. Follow the podcast to be the first to hear new episodes. Also, follow the podcast Instagram and Facebook page or the Telegram channel as I present more information there, and leave your comments on what do you think about this episode and what would you like to hear about.